So my second injury actually came about pretty much as I kind of had just about thought I'd fully recovered from the first injury. So medial cruciate ligament that I was talking about before, basically I made it. I got to April, to the beginning of the season, and I was on form, and I was actually feeling better and I was in a better condition because I'd done specific strength training, so it was in better condition than I would have been the year before, say. So that was great. I was competing in the nationals and I went out for my first run in the qualifiers. That was great. Qualified in second. Yes, I'm on form. Went out for my second run, tried a slightly different kind of combination of tricks, and as I came down for my last trick, basically what I did, it involved pulling down with one arm in that kind of motion. So I'd been doing in the gym lots of lat exercises, so pulling down from the front, pulling down from the side. However, I'd failed to go for any kind of multi-directional exercises, i.e. kind of down and round at an angle, kind of while upside down in the air. So I ended up tearing my lateral muscle, and it was really up high here in the connection, so I had pools of kind of bruising all in my tricep where it all kind of leaked out. So I didn't know that at the time, so I kind of came out, was like, okay, well I've got my second placing to go into the finals. Really painful, but I had a number of hours and I was struggling to lift my arm up. I couldn't get my wetsuit off, but gave it a few hours and kind of went, well, I still want to go out in the finals. I've qualified in second, you know. Even if, and I was advised, well, even if you go out and you literally start and go into the water and then let go, you're still going to place, because of the number of girls that were attending. Because I made it into the final, I was guaranteed, I think, to come sixth, because there were 6 people in the final. So I thought, okay, I'll just do that, that's fine, at least I'll get a placing at something. So I went out and thought, okay, I'll just do a lap, and as you do, as I'm sure any sporty person, competitive person will know, you just go, oh, well, I wonder if I could just do this. I'll just see, it's probably not that bad, I'll see, I'll test it. So I went to do a Rayleigh, which is the Superman kind of style trick, and that was completely ridiculous and stupid, because as I went up, it completely pulls your arms out in front of you, and it was just agony, and I definitely didn't make it any better, say that. So came in, and yeah, it was like, why the hell did I do that? I didn't do anything to the positions, I didn't come any better because of doing that one stupid trick. Hey, that's what we do. So it turned out, yeah, went to the physio, got it looked at. I'd torn my latissimus dorsi, so my lats in my back, and I was, simple things like I couldn't, if I was lying on my back, I couldn't lift my arm up off the ground, even just with nothing in my hand, I couldn't lift it up. So the advice was just to rest and do various exercises, the same as you normally would. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And I knew the script and what you have to do. But I thought, well, it's still the season, I can still wakeboard, I'll just wakeboard with one arm. So I'll go around and just do simple things, and just to be out of the water. So I'd go around with one arm, not using this one, which was fine. But of course, because it's an extreme sport, because you're in the water, your automatic reaction is, as soon as you kind of stumble or think you might fall, you automatically grab with the other arm onto the handle, onto the wakeboarding handle, and then without knowing it, you're doing those slight little bits of kind of damage, and did kind of put myself in pain at times, but kind of kept going, and was doing the exercises, but I should have waited, because that injury was one that I wouldn't say I overcame. It was still bad, it just wasn't quite as painful, and I could still wakeboard, but I'd have to make sure I warm up. So that was probably about 4 years ago now, and it's only in the last 6 months that I've really dealt with the injury, I think. So for example, if I'd be lying on the floor with my arms above my head, I couldn't lift this arm up if you put a 1 or 2 kilogram weight in my hand. I couldn't lift that up. I could do kind of other stuff, everyday stuff, but it was in certain positions, it was still bad. And because I've been doing more weight training and been doing some bodybuilding competitions, it became obvious. It's all about symmetry and form, and I had one lat that went like this, and one lat that kind of was wiggly and looked like that. So that was something that, even though it would have been maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks I could have rested for, just to kind of get it really sorted, I didn't, and meant that 4 years on, I'm probably spent, I don't know, I'd probably say a year intensively now focusing on my lat and focusing on correcting the imbalance, which, if I'd rested, wouldn't have been there in the first place, and I would have sorted